So I just want to take this opportunity straight off. First off is to say thank you to all of you who have subscribed to my channel. And if you haven't done that yet, I take this opportunity now to invite you to do that now or at the end of the video. So now, like I say, also welcome. I just want to like things are wanting to get moving. Everybody's wanting to get moving. I was like, hang on a minute, I've got to do my introduction. So you may be wanting or feeling like wanting to get moving, or other people are wanting you to get moving, and blah blah blah. There's a lot going on. Anyway, it's like hi-ho, stand, sit still for a moment, take a breath. So I'm just going to do that myself. So because like I say, it's been like this all morning with the other reads as well. So, but this is a different energy from the other one. So anyway, so welcome. And thank you for liking, sharing and commenting on my YouTube channel. Whether if it's not been on my channel, and it's about getting messages that have come through to me. So thank you for those. I do encourage like leaving me a comment though, or liking and sharing, as well as subscribing to my channel on my YouTube channel. Okay, so things are going to be changing with that, as well as I've mentioned before. So these reads are now going to be like fortnightly with these particular ones, and there's a new series and a different range, or different series. I keep getting the word series that I'm going to be working with starting next week, which is going to bring in more of a healing aspect. Not that these don't, but it's in a different context where there is going to be a little bit more of a channeling going on there with some of my guides who are wanting to share messages with you, but in a slightly different way. Okay, as well, and also some healing to help you with the shifting things. So anyway, so yes, like I mentioned, this is for you, Leo. And just want to remind everybody that these reads are the messages that come through are general. Just take what does resonate and leave what doesn't. Otherwise, the other option is to check out one of the other videos that I'm creating. That is, what I mean by that is checking. I just realized what I just said. Checking one of the other signs, which is one of my other videos or somebody else's, but that one of your other signs. Okay, there's been a little bit of interference here, so I'm just going to, and you may be feeling like you have to be telling people just to wait. Okay. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so this is for you, Leo, and this may be your sun, moon, rising and or Venus sign in your astrological chart. So welcome. And like I say, if this doesn't check one of those out if this isn't fully resonating with you, because it could bring it all together for you. And sometimes even if it does resonate with you, and you feel like you want to just bring it together, wrap it up a little bit more, or get a little bit more comprehensive overview, then that's, a good thing to do as well. The other thing is I do have some gift vouchers available. So whether you're overseas or in New Zealand or whatever, these are available for you to purchase now. As well, and so I'm just thinking like they're just talking about connecting to my Facebook page, so you can find out what other things I'm doing, different fairs, expos around the country in the near future, but also what other workshops I have available as well. So now now we can get going, right? So I'm just going to start with Septarian. Actually, this is one of the a set of some crystals. This is that have come up. So I am going to touch base with the crystals, because I do like bringing them in, because they are very, very helpful, and it's to help us as we're shifting through things. I'm just going to put that obsidian to the side. So this is the Dragonstone, and this one here is. I like them all, but I've got a few of these. So Septarian, I'm just going to read some of my notes through here as well, because so I can make sure that I get as much information to you that is helpful, so you can get a better idea of how this crystal can help you in some way or form. So Dragonstone is basically, is AKA is like, hang on a minute, Septarian, aka Dragonstone, or other way around. So it's also known as the Dragonstone or Septarian gosh, there's a lot of like baffling going on here. It's like maybe something or someone has baffled you. Anyway, so, okay, so you'll understand this when I read this. So it's a highly spiritual stone that aids in your spiritual growth and brings illumination to your mind. It's perfect to hold in your hand during times of stress, okay? It also helps encourage us taking care of the earth. So you may find yourself already being, quite connected to Mother Earth, and it's something that you really get into. And also enhances cohesiveness in a spiritual group. So if you are attending a spiritual group, or even if you are running one whether it's a meditation group in some sort of way, but it could be any sort of group really, this would be a really handy one to have with you, okay? It also, it can bring feelings of joy, and it works with spiritual uplifting, focusing, and clarity. So there may be you may be feeling a little bit unfocused and maybe not clear on what is going on around you. So with things, so it will help, with that. So it is a grounding stone connected to the root chakra. So it's an excellent guidance stone. It helps with communication and connecting to Mother Earth. Okay. It also helps enhances communication skills, especially if you're working in group settings or public speaking in some sort of way, even like doing this sort of thing, or doing like online classes as well, in meditation. So it can gauge an underlying cause and illness when meditated upon. So it may be, there may be something going on with you, or something going on that you may wanting to like check out something a little bit deeper with it, but with what is going on with you. So this is not a medical tool or anything. So and I'm not a doctor, so it's like go and check something out, and if there is something that is going on with you, okay? Just saying. Now let me see. Okay, so now that I've got that done, it's like the energy is starting to like shift again. So there may be something going on with you that you're unsure about. So whether it's it's kind of like I'm hearing there's because what I'm hearing is trying not to overthink it. Okay, so actually I want to use these cards. Where are we going with these today with you? So Leo. So anyway, we're working, my spread is a little bit different, or similar-ish, but I thought I'll explain it a little bit more. So I'm going to work with the past, present, future, and a bit about you, working with what the challenge might be for you, as well as a little bit of encouragement or advice they're talking about. And possible outcome, okay? God, this is like really like flying out here. So I kind of feel like we'll see how we go. Okay, so the first card out is the King of Pentacles. So it may be that I feel like you may have a King of Pentacles that's in your chart, because I kind of feel like this is you, even though you're a fire sign, all right? So there's a sense of financial security and stability around with the King of Pentacles, and you may be sitting in that position yourself already now, whether you're a queen whether you're a female or a male energy. But I feel like I'm quite connected, or this is quite connected to a male energy that's out there, if you can understand that. And it's like this is about in the near past, or the recent past rather, there is you've accumulated, and over time as well, so across time, and you've accumulated. So I feel like there's been a change in that, or you've been stuck in a space of letting go of what was into moving into what could be. So that maybe that you're holding on to something, there's some financial security and stability, and not allowing yourself to move on. And maybe your head's got on the road to allow yourself on, because it may be meaning that you may be, I'm hearing in the background that you having to split the income, or split the assets or something for some reason. Okay, so I'm hearing predominantly male energy here, but also female energies there that this could be with as well. So there's something about that, and it may be that you're going into the space and shifting into it. So moving more into the present. There's something about, you know, to do with that, about, you know, a new beginning and mental activities. The Page of Swords comes in there is something, when he comes through, he's about new beginnings in the face. So there's something that you've been mulling through. So it's like in the present, there's, maybe you're doing that now, and having this, getting your head around how that could work. And actually it may not be, you know, in order for you to move on and shift into something new, it's like you're going to have to go through a process and maybe do that. So I'm just hearing like it's maybe time for you to let go of that, you know, and see like that as energy being, you know, split or shifted to help you shift your energy. So there's a mental thing going on there, or, you know, overthinking things and thoughts and your feelings, but that's also, you know, not, because I'm just hearing like you're cutting through. See, like how he's waving that sword, you're cutting through all that drama that you've created in your head, and maybe overthinking it, about what, and it's about about what is going on with this challenge that you're working through. And I feel like for a lot of you, you've been working through this challenge with this money situation for quite some time. And it may be that you've dug your heels in a little bit, and it may be, and there's a lot of emotional connection with it as well. And it's like, I just feel like too, that's like, there's no reason why this can't still be the same moving forward. Okay, you might feel like you're going a little bit backward, but it's time to be, but there's always, you know, but you could do this. You've done it before, and you could do it again. So that maybe what was going on in your head. It's like, and it may be that, you know, with the shift in money, that there is, you know, there's a sense of sharing and not wanting to share, or not feeling like able to share, or the sense of protectiveness and stuff like that's going on. But there's something about grounding, and it may be that you've maybe feeling like you're going to be insecure about moving into something new, you know, or letting something go. So there's a bit there that's going on in that one. Okay, in there. So the Page of Swords brings through this a shift in your the way that you're thinking and mental activity, basically. So it's talking about, okay, it's like, this is kind of like, you may be feeling a little bit overwhelmed, some of you, with everything that's going. It's like, I can't get my words out right at the moment. So there are some, you know, this is about communication as well, your thoughts and ideas, and not keeping it in your head. Then it's about asserting, you know, making decisions, asserting your power, not being in an asshole-ish way, you know, or a bitch way. It's just really like, you know, this is about being in your power. This is asserting your power to yourself, okay? But also, you know, out there to others, and communicating clearly what it is, you know, you're wanting to try to say, to get across, or wanting to, you know, how things, you prefer things to be, or want things to be, that is for your highest and greatest good. And also that trickles out into the greater good for one of all. So it's kind of, there's a whole bungle of things going on in there. But it's really, and this is what they're talking about, is just like grounding yourself, and like being in that side of space, grounding. Okay, because then we have the Eight of Cups moving more into the future. Okay, the Eight of Cups talks about regeneration. So there's something, you know, regenerating in there. It's in a lot of emotional stuff that's like, and it's not just from, you know, with what was going on in the last 5 months, 6 months, 10 months, 5 years, 6 years, 10 years. There's an accumulation of things, and it's like there's something that may be brought up into this recent past that you've hung on to. And some of you may not have realized that you've actually had that hung on to it until somebody points it out. But there's something of that you've been processing for a lot of years, is like, and working through it. So you get to that stage, which is where there is, but it's like you're able to like continue, leave all that stuff behind you, basically, and move through it. Okay, it's always going to be there. It's a memory. It doesn't mean we have to live in that. It's like, but it's like something may come up and trigger it, but emotionally it's like it's not there, stuck with you in that sense. So there is still some stuff there, and you're just going to carry on and not let this hold you back. Or not let this stop your emotions, stop you from moving, because the water is flowing, and it's flowing between this pyramid of cups here. Okay, and it's flowing out. So something, and you're walking on, you're walking forward. Yes, it kind of looks a little bit bleak up there, but you're moving, okay? You're dealing with stuff and you're moving, okay? So this is you, okay? We're going here. So there's cooperation and sharing, balance, okay? That's what this one is about for you, okay? And that, so you may be needing to move into that role, is to cooperate with the universe and yourself, and others as well, and going into the sharing mode or splitting mode, or something like that, to share, to create balance, so you can move on with this and regenerate your energy, yourself, okay? And then we have the Two of Swords. So there's, that's about tension and anxiety basically, and that come through, having to make a decision. So being of two minds. So there's a blindfold there, so you can throw a dart in either way. It's like just really making a decision. On saying that, it's not about making an impulsive one as well. Some of you, it could be making one quickly. For others of you, though, it may be that there's a time thing, but it's like not taking forever. The time thing, it's like not being in a rush, basically. But I feel like the way the energy is moving, it's like there is a sense of not urgency, but a sense of it's okay, it's time, and not to take too long, basically. So there's some sort of struggle and tension with the Chariot, but there's also this is about, a discipline sort of a thing as well. That, in whatever direction you go, there is some sort of self-discipline basically. So I'm hearing and I'm seeing it basically with, this is about balance as well. You see the yin and the yang, the white, the black and the white as well. And there's a clear pathway where the Chariot is heading straight down. So it may be that you not necessarily have to let go of whatever this is in here, what you're doing now, but it's maybe just exploring other options, okay? And to help bring about that balance, it's like opening up, it's not about ditching the main path or whatever it is. Maybe it is for some of you, but it's maybe not ditching it right now, because this is about, there may be a tussle between which way do I go. And for some of you, it may just be, or for a lot of you, it's maybe not just, not letting go of that fully. This is maybe a gradual thing for you. And some of you, it is just staying on that same path, exploring out there and bringing that knowledge back. Just saying. So, okay. But through all of this, it's like you're going, there's a search for spiritual meaning, that you may have been on this path for a little while, but you may be, but there's a different, it's like that something has come to a crunch and you've figured out, maybe you haven't been, a cooperative type person before, and there was maybe a lack of sharing of whatever it is, energy, time, space, money, whatever. Whatever it is, and maybe maybe you have overshared. There's that flip side of that, where you have been very giving and on saying that as well, and it may be that it's like, okay, I maybe need to pull in the reins a bit, and some of you may need to slacken the reins a bit, okay, which is coming through with that one. So then we're moving into now, the challenge basically. So there is a challenge here, and the Knight of Pentacles comes in. Now he's in reverse, so there may be something that you are blocking. Progress is slow but steady. So there's something that may be in there. The challenges is like you moving through this and not blocking that steady but slow progress. But I'm going to turn that around so it's up the right way to shift the energy, because there is. There's something, you've planted a seed. You've planted a seed, you've planted some seeds. The soil has been, the soil is turned and the rows have been, toiled. It's, what am I saying, toiled? Yeah. The soil is toiled. Anyway, I think I got that around the wrong way, but you know what I mean. And it's like, it's ready to be planted. The seeds are ready. So whatever it is, it's something that's moving. So I'm turning that up the right way. So then we have the Page of Cups. So within there, it's like, what I'm hearing is like for the advice, the encouragement, And suggestion is like, look at, shifting the way, because the Page of Cups has come in and it talks about new emotional beginnings, okay, with that. So if this is where they're talking about with the challenge is moving into, or is shifting the way that your perception about the emotional stuff that's going on within you, okay. But that's like seeing, and like here, look, see, just then I'll put down, I see how the reflection is like looking in the mirror, okay, looking in the mirror and see what's there, and allowing yourself to like love and approve of yourself, okay, to work with those emotions. And then there's the Four of Pentacles, is holding on too tightly. So there may be something where you're holding on too tightly energetically, but physically, energetically, but also with money as well. So that may be that sense that you maybe are, so releasing that. So that is the challenge, is holding on too tightly with some of the stuff that you're needing to work through, would be helpful to work through with you. So it's like whatever it is, and not necessarily money, might be energy of in some way. It may be to do with a physical, a relationship. It could be to do, a relationship with your money, with other people and that sort of thing, whatever it is. So like, as always, it's like, the story that's coming through is like, not making it fit, but there's a theme for it. So feel free to change the characters and what is coming up around it. Okay, so there's two lots there. So there's 3 wands here. So that in the middle here, and that's advice. Okay, so the Queen of Wands is curiosity and strength. So she's in reverse. Okay, this is you. So whether you're a male or a female energy, there's they're talking about, generosity and strength goes a long way when we're working through stuff, when we're wanting to make shifts in our life. This is what she comes with. There may be a lack of that, okay, there's a block, okay, awkward, there may be a lack of that, so I'm going to turn it around. Okay, so this is hopping into that generosity and strength. Then we have the King of Wands, who was a charismatic leader. So, and he was in reverse too. So this is about going into that space with the Queen. So this, you could be, this is covering both male and female energies now. So this is like moving into that charismatic leader space. This is about being in, using your imagination and your motivation and your passion and your energy. This is about taking action, and it's about inspiration, using your intuition and having that ambition, yes, but it's to bringing, this is like, where they're going with it. I'm just having a wee, okay. So it's, moving into, it's like bringing all those together to help you shift through, and so you can move through into this new place where you want to go, but you kind of maybe resisting a little bit, okay, because of this, that, and one thing, okay. So it's shifting out of, because I'm hearing there's a sense of selfishness and selflessness as well, and it's kind of like it rocks back and forth a bit there. So then we have the Two of Wands, which is up the right way. So work is underway. So there's something about, there is, even though you're processing this stuff, there is something that is on the way, that the universe is bringing for you, to you. And you are like, and I do feel like that you are actually working through this. So that's, it's to work through that stuff, to shift into those spaces. And there is, but in the energy, because like there's, work is underway. Something is looking, it's like looking out into the horizon, and where am I going to go to next, and that sort of thing. So that's beautiful. So then we have the Six of Cups, and the Six of Cups talks about past memories and future dreams. Okay, so there is something there. So this is like moving out of the Five of Cups, where there's fives that normally in these decks are like there's a bit of a tussle going on there, a little bit of friction or frustration, and that sort of thing. And then we have, so there's a shift in that, and not letting those past memories get in the way of your future dreams now. So the Seven of Cups, which is interesting. Then we have the Seven of Cups, which is daydreams. So it's like getting off the bench and making them happen. If you want it to happen, changes need to be made. Action needs to be taken, basically. They are there. They are there, and they're maybe not so whimsical. So what I'm hearing is you may be thinking that's whimsical, or may have thought that, but there's something shifting, or fantastical as well. But hey, fantasies can come true. We're just going to make them happen, okay? In our dreams as well. But also then we have, the Empress here. So she's about fertility. She's about bringing, creativity. So there's something new, and there's about contentment and security. So there's something in abundance. So all that side of things. So if you look at the picture, she's like in a field. She's got the wheat there that's been harvested. So, and there's a lot of it there. There's fruit. There's a lot of abundance, but she's also about fertility, because she's actually pregnant there. So there's a birth, something new that's coming out of it. But there's all these, there's all that there. So it's kind of they're showing you that actually you have all that right now in this now. There is still more to come, but in a different way to what it is. And I feel like there's an amazing, beautiful release of energy that's coming through. So this Septarian, so this is about grounding yourself into your energy. Oh, that's not the right deck. And this is about, like speaking your truth as well. But I do feel like there's some sort of, because like I said, this stone is like, what I'm seeing more is there's a spiritual journey that you're going on now, and it's like maybe you're looking a little bit deeper and getting a little bit of focus and clarity, because this one here is a calcite crystal, which is fossilized, encased in fossilized, and it's encased in fossilized clay. So there's a sense of, earthiness with this. And, when I say dense, it's like grounding, okay, with this energy to bring you back here, to keep you here. So dense in a positive way when I say that. Because sometimes we can go up, we can go off, and it's like, whoa, and forget to come back. So number 30 is the garden and the gate. So there is the garden there. Number 30, the 3 is about balance, and there's something about something moving into something new. There's a movement into a new sense of balance with you. So it's coming like back to the beginning of something. It's a bit like a homecoming, but back to the beginning of starting something new, like a new cycle of something, whatever that is. Could be a new relationship, could be a new friendship in some way. Not so much a relationship not necessarily a relationship in a romantic way. Could be a new business partnership, a brand new friendship, whatever it is that's happening. It may not necessarily be a brand new relationship as in a romantic one, okay? But it could be. So if that's for you, so it's not shutting that door on if you're single, and you're looking for something new. So journey number 2. Okay, wow. Journey number 2 there is number 2 in the deck. So there's 2 is about relationships. So you are definitely going on a journey to do with relationships with yourself and or someone else. Okay, beautiful. And then number 3, blossoming abundance. There's some sort of balance coming through there. Things will balance itself out. So it's not, with whatever is going on there. Rest and rejuvenation, number 19. So there's a new beginning and also in a completion there. So when we're going into that rest and that rejuvenation side of things, it's like, which is here, like I'm saying regeneration. I'll keep saying that's rejuvenation, but it actually says regeneration, but I'm kind of putting these together with that. There's something about taking some time out and having some rest and rejuvenation to rejuvenate your energy, to moving into this next phase of where you're going. And then we have the temple path, which is number 12. So there's something new that's coming in with one, the new beginning, but there's also a completion, which brings about a completion of a cycle, okay, that is with something else that is going on. So you're stepping in, there's more, I'm hearing, because it's number 10, if I add those together, it's 10, it's like they're in this transitional space, which is absolutely beautiful. And then we have the temple path number 12. So once again, a new beginning. 2 is about relationships. So this is like the temple I'm seeing, like sitting in that space, okay? There's peace, harm. Peace, joy, harmony, all that sort of thing. Beautiful. So anyway, I'm going to leave that there with you now, Leo. And like I say, I'll see you in a fortnight with these readings again to see, and hopefully we'll see what's happening.